Alright, hello everyone, welcome back. This is episode 3/4, depending on what your preference is. And today is about basketball in the NBA season, but we're going to introduce ourselves here. In the red shirt, King's Throne, is Tyler. Next to him in the Celtics hat is Zach.
Yep, I'm a Celtics and Patriots fan.
To my left is Nick. He's got 2 earrings in both ears, fun fact. And Carlos, his nickname Schmazmo. Snozmo.
Do you want me to fucking walk out?
And instead of mustard on that beat, it's Big Schnoz sneezed on the beat. And in front of me, introduce yourself first time.
I'm Andrew. I'm a Giants, Yankees,
I'm
and
Andrew.
fucking Lakers fan. So,
Hi, Andrew.
Welcome to our podcast where we have to restart 4 or 5 times.
yeah.
Alright,
Bloopers.
so today we're going to go over the NBA season, but first, on Instagram, Andrew's Instagram and my own, I'm going to probably put it somewhere on the screen. And the rest of these guys, I will, just because you said that. And we have different questions as Andrew leaves.
Yes, sir.
Alright, well, I get to take his chair. Alright, so we're going to get into some discussions here. On Instagram, our buddy Testone,
You don't have socks on.
he said, are the Mavericks a playoff contender?
No.
Playoff contender.
So like 8th seed?
Okay.
Okay, yeah, probably.
Yeah, they're definitely playoff contenders. I mean, as long as Porzingis can stay healthy, he could definitely fit in there.
It's pretty durable.
Well, yeah, Luka hasn't gotten hurt yet. The only big statement is Kristoff. He's been hurt multiple times. He's been in.
Yeah, he's been hurt once. It was just that big ACL tear. And it's just that no one heard a 7'3" guy coming back from an ACL injury being this good.
Okay, well, thank you for helping me prove my point.
But it's not many. It's just one.
Okay. Well, one and missed many games. I'm sorry, I'll stop talking.
Any other thoughts, Carlos? Why do you say that? You're the only one saying no here, it seems like.
I don't know. I just don't feel like they have enough power to.
Who's better than them?
The Bucks. The
No,
Celtics,
Western Conference.
West. So you got the
the
Clippers.
Rockets. The
Yep.
Clippers.
Go ahead.
Oh, you wanted me to keep going?
You gotta name 8 teams that are better than them, and therefore they're
Fucking 18.
Because that's some. So they're 8.
I don't know them. Man.
Andrew, you can take your seat. So you're just saying no?
I'm just saying no. I
Alright.
don't think they have the power.
Then yeah, the Nuggets.
Raptors. Warriors.
Raptors.
Raptors. There you go. Division Eastern Conference. Here you go. Take your seat back.
I spun a wheel.
So Matt, our buddy Matt said World Series / playoff
fucking
thoughts.
ass.
So anyone want to talk
Nationals
about
will win the
that?
World Series.
I think it should be Houston because Alec Brickman is the savage right now.
Boobies. You seen that? I seen it.
Oh, yeah, you talk about the Max Scherzer thing.
Woohoo.
Huh?
Some girl
2
flashed,
girls flashed.
and they got banned for life.
in the stadium.
I mean, it's not.
No, from MLB in general. Like,
I think the best news coming out of the World Series is the guy who's double fisting Bud Lights. That's getting sent to the next game for taking one off the chest for not dropping the beer.
They got their advertising, what, $7 million for the company?
Yeah, it generated a shit ton of revenue. Now they're just sending him to the next game. I was gonna stand up.
Making me nervous.
Take a seat, bro.
You take a seat.
I'll take a seat.
Alright.
I'll take another seat.
Alright, so and then the last one on the Instagram is hot dog a sandwich.
What?
Random.
Oh,
Hot dog is not a sandwich.
Hot dog is a sandwich.
Hot dog's not a sandwich.
Hot dog is a sandwich.
I'm gonna listen to Zach because he went to
It's
culinary school.
I went to
It's like in a
culinary
V
school.
shape of bread.
Multiple
It's not
chefs
full.
had
Time
told
out,
me
time out.
hot dog is a sandwich.
You said it goes in between bread?
No, it goes in between a bun.
It goes in between, like,
What
bread
do you
that's
think?
bread. It goes in
Hot
between
dog.
Bun is
bread that's baked a certain way,
So-
that's cut in the middle with stuff in between.
So it's a grinder.
So it's a sandwich.
Grinder.
Grinder's a sandwich.
Alright, I'm gonna call it a wrap then.
Oh,
That's
you can't do that? No!
See, it's a bowl of cereal. If you don't eat your hot dogs in a bowl of cereal with some nice warm milk, you're not eating hot dogs the right way.
I feel like this is
Yeah, and if you
ruined
don't eat your fucking
Alright, Andrew, you want to go on your Instagram?
Yeah, we got a couple of questions from our friend Ricardo. He said, "How do you feel about the Giants this year?"
You
So-
suck.
Oof!
Shit.
I feel like we have a lot of young, bright talent. Our linebacking core is young. They perform well. They're all
Definitely
ball hungry. Young quarterback, Danny Dimes could be something. Saquon Barkley is an
I see
undeniable
Phillip
freak.
Rivers.
The trade deadline, we should have made some moves, but here we are and nothing to talk about. So
You guys should have tried and got rid of Nation Soldier, but nobody really wants him.
Not that contract.
So, next question is, which 2 teams you see playing in the Super Bowl? I think unanimously.
Pats and
AFC.
49ers, Zach. High
I
five.
would love to see Pats and 49ers.
We talked about this last
both
episode.
undefeated teams.
That's not gonna happen.
It might not happen, but I'm saying
feel
if
like
there's
Brady's
a Super Bowl,
gonna,
I would love to watch it.
Kiss his son goodnight, and then lose the next playoff game.
Ooh.
I'm calling Patriots will not be in the Super Bowl
Who is though?
after these past few
Who's coming out of the
performances.
AFC?
Dolphins.
Dolphins
All right,
coming out of the AFC from Tyler.
We're not going
But-
anywhere.
No, I think the NFC playoff picture is a little bit more competitive than the AFC. I think you got to give the Seahawks some type of credit. Russell Wilson gives any defense fits. So that 49ers defense, no matter how great it may be at this point in time, you never know. But most likely matchup is going to be the 49ers coming out of the NFC and the Patriots coming out of the AFC, especially with Mahomes hurt, their record dropping. I don't know. Might be a run back into
You
last year's
can't
playoff.
beat New England and Foxborough during the playoffs. It's happened, what, once or twice in our lifetime?
Well, right
Ravens
now,
and
I mean, if you're saying
they're
lifetime,
20-0
can you put that
home
board up?
games. Home
No,
games,
like,
you
in
see,
all
at
lifetime.
Foxborough. Yep.
And next question coming up, we switch gears to basketball. It's a question coming from Ricky again, saying, "What do you think how do you think Zion Williamson is going to bounce back from his injury?"
I say he sits out because there's been 4 rookies prior to him: Ben Simmons, Blake Griffin. There's 2 others that weren't as good, but they just essentially reclassified. I would say. Well, Blake Griffin kind of didn't, but Ben Simmons did, and he's kind of like Ben Simmons, just weighs a lot more. But he does need to lose some weight. There was a doctor video that I think Andrew, Nick, and I, or Zach and I saw in our car ride. And he explained how, since he's overweight, it's causing him to limp, and his knees are just, like...
He's got a frame that can't be supported by the athletic freak that he is. And no disrespect to Zion, obviously, because he is that freak. But
Or he
you
can still
can't.
beat you up.
Yeah,
Oh, of course.
He could be anyone up.
Well, he has like it looks like his knees like bend
inward.
in, so therefore, especially being as much as he weighs, while also being like explosive and constantly dunking, that's just going to pose even more threats on his knees. So therefore, I think the smart thing to do
Lose some weight this
is
season,
lose some weight,
and then
bounce back, make sure your legs are as strong as they could be, and just take it from there.
take the season as a loss already. The Pelicans are proven to compete without him anyways. You know, you make sure that Ingram and Lonzo want to come back this season, for next season, And the fact is that if Zion gets healthy this year, loses some weight, gains, puts, does some
Keeps that
squats,
muscle on.
keeps the muscle on, just loses some weight that will help him in the long run. I think I see a Blake Griffin, Julius Randle hybrid to where like he's got the shooting touch of Blake Griffin as of now, but while maintaining the post game of Julius Randle.
Yeah, I don't think his cap is as high as everybody thought it would be coming off apparent double knee injury. We don't really know what the summer league injury was, if it was just soreness or fatigue or what. But back-to-back knee injuries as a rookie it could be a detriment to an entire career.
Yeah.
All right, is that it for the questions?
Yeah, what are we moving on to?
All right, so today is going to be our overlook on the NBA season. So 1 week is done. Any thoughts before we get into our actual discussion here?
I think the games are very, very competitive. There wasn't as, there's not, every single game wasn't as competitive, but there's, 8 out of 10 games that were very, very competitive.
I understand that there wasn't games that were blown out as much, but I do think that the players do need to get a little bit smarter because a lot of them are getting in foul trouble
Yep.
a lot easier. I don't know if it's because the refs are calling a lot more, but a lot of people, like Giannis, for example, fouled out of 2 out of 3 games. That's not looking too well.
What do you have? 3 last game?
He had
4.
3 or 4 last game, so I mean that's just you'll get better with that through the season goes on.
I just want to talk about how bad the Warriors lost.
Yeah, the Warriors are looking
Yeah.
too good.
To
Oh God.
8-less Suns.
Well, they also been competing. Back on Nick's thing.
NBA's seen a real power shift. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah. Well, because Kawhi Leonard is just
And the
Kawhi-
Clippers are looking insane without Paul George. That team is
maybe he just takes
defensively
his
nuts.
maybe he doesn't play till All-Star break, to be honest. Because why ruin what they have?
I say you just take your time with Paul George. Yeah,
Yeah.
Let him babysit it.
Yeah, don't ruin what you have now because they're going to be number 1 in the West once the season's
Another
kicking
team
off.
thriving without their All-Star, the Heat. They're doing
Ooh.
very good. They have another good young team similar to the Pelicans, and they're just
They
showing
beat
how.
the Bucks after coming back from a 21-point game, and yes,
Yeah.
I did cry. And then I cried after the Knicks lost to the Celtics that next game.
Also, Chris Middleton.
Yo,
is not
saw
worth
Taco
his
Fall. We saw
Taco
Taco
Fall.
Fall check in.
There you go. I watched him fucking
Young Bill.
destroy Kevin Knox and
Oh,
Bobby
God.
Portis.
You can't guard that kid. And, like, it's either he misses or you somehow get a block. I don't see that happening. It's just gonna be him missing his
James
shots.
Harden is also playing like ass.
I wouldn't say that
Missed a
bad,
shot from the screen,
but
rebound, put it back.
It's not
Oh, yeah.
the form
Like,
that
just
we
take
usually
loose
see.
games.
well,
yeah, James
'cause
Harden hasn't taken his full season form
maybe it's hit him that, hey, why don't I not try in November and try more in June?
No.
What do you mean no?
Guys like him, they
Doesn't
have
show
that
up.
killer mentality. You either show up or you don't. And if he's not showing up, that means there's something wrong
He
with his
hasn't been
game.
showing up in April or June.
Yeah, because when you playoffs,
He
is a
gets
different
tired.
environment.
You can't tell me this man puts up 50 points like a whole week and not
Yeah, it's
get
'cause he
tired.
tries-
Kobe did it.
Kobe's better than James Harden. That is a fact.
Okay, but you're telling me that an NBA player at that caliber who leads the league in scoring.
No, but I'm just saying
Can't do that.
patterns have shown that James Harden just plateaus at April, and, it shows because
I
they
think you
haven't
give
won.
that team a couple months, maybe a month, because a couple months of NBA season is way too much to ask.
Yeah.
But him and Russ will find their groove.
Give it
Both
till
of them,
December.
they were never really 1 and 2 options on any other team before. Yeah, they played with OKC, but KD was that
Durant
number one
was
option.
clearly one.
He was the guy, the go-to guy, and now they're trying to figure out between themselves how that offense is going to run.
Yeah,
And-
once they get it working out, that's gonna be a killer duo.
I mean,
Yeah.
Capella works really well. Same thing with Tyson Chandler. So,
I mean, yeah, like Russell Westbrook on OKC loved to throw lobs to Steven
Serge
Adam.
Ibaka, Serge Ibaka.
Adam
That-
Ibaka, Durant.
Yeah, so I
James
want to
Harden
see
caught a
that
few.
more with
Start throwing
Capella.
that to Capella, dude. Capella's not.
Capella is just a lengthy big
PJ
man.
Tucker's having, I think, his best year so far.
I think they're trying to overuse him on defense, though.
He
they-
guarded. He didn't last the whole game against Giannis, but he was doing pretty well in the first half. It's just that Giannis on a fast break is like a
Yeah,
Like a
that's
freight
a,
train.
That's on
92 to 94% make.
But yeah,
He's
compared
also
to-
not in his form though either.
Yeah,
He's
well.
very fatigued.
Yeah.
He's
Well-
not there yet.
well, I'm just saying, like anybody going up against Giannis on a fast break, you just throw it to him across half court.
Well, I'm
You're
giving.
not no one stopping
I
him
mean,
unless
you're
you have
talking about a
somebody
guy
waiting
who
for
could
that.
legitly take 2 steps and be at the rack.
Like,
Like, legit 2 steps.
He's a
two
lengthy
steps,
motherfucker.
two steps
Mm-hmm.
from fucking half court, and this guy is ready to take off for a flight. You gotta get out the way, or you foul him and hope he misses.
All right. Well, that should probably get into our discussion of who do you think's MVP so far. It's very early. Yes, it's week 1, but you can clearly see guys like Andre
Devin
Drummond
Booker.
averaging like 20 rebounds and 30 points.
Yo, Van
Which is
Fleet for
ridiculous.
dropping, breaking ankles.
Markel Fultz, yes.
Oh God.
So who's your guys' MVP so far? Go ahead.
I'm gonna go on a limb here. I'm gonna say Trae Young.
Tyler, you
Trae Young for MVP is a hot fucking take.
Yeah.
We gotta just let that one sink in.
That's why I think
Trae
everyone
Young.
just went silent. Why do you think that? Of course, he's leading a Hawks team, but like,
He's
He's top 2 in scoring per game right now.
yeah, and he's hot.
Through a
No,
week, but
like from what I saw,
Yeah, he went
I
to
saw
the
the
Sixers.
game last night, and I saw a couple highlights of him, and his shot is like it's too fast for people to guard.
listen to
almost
Curry.
similar to a Steph Curry type player.
Yeah, but
Is what you're saying?
But yeah, but like his shot is even faster than Steph Curry's. He just goes up with
His
it.
IQ is
Wait,
just
show
not
The
me
good.
same thing. It's the same thing with his floaters. His floaters are unguardable. He gets open in that paint for his floater. That's going in every single time.
Carlos, who you got for early season MVP?
D'Lo.
D'Lo for MVP, ejected
Are you?
and
Are you-
not even
Throw
looking.
the board. Throw the board.
half-
Throw the damn board. Throw the damn board. There you go. Cap.
D'Lo not even looking like half of what.
Yeah. As much as it hurts me to say, I'm saying Kyrie.
Kyrie is an emotional
damn
lesbian.
Bro,
Sources
he's-
in the Nets organization have already came out and said that his mood swings are going to be too
I was
much
gonna
for the
say,
team.
yeah.
Like they
I know,
don't
that's why I hate
my
Kyrie.
ass so
But he's
much.
doing all he can for the Nets.
I would have said Giannis, but
And then when if he balls out, you know, it could be what it is.
He is
but-
balling
No,
out.
I do agree though. He is bowling out, but it's not gonna last this long.
Well, but we're talking right now.
Yes.
I
Right
think
now, he's doing his best to carry the Nets.
It's
The
not
Nets don't need
carrying
that
though.
carrying, though.
Karis LeVert put up 24 the other night.
he's being a leader that he wasn't in Cleveland and he wasn't in Boston.
I
He's
think he
putting the
will.
team for the most part on his back.
To be honest, this might be a hot take. I think him going to Brooklyn's the same situation as the Celtics. You have a bunch of young guys trying to prove themselves, and they can definitely win without Kyrie.
But you have another piece in KD. You don't plan on him.
I think
when
he's
you,
gonna
when
change.
you put that team together, you don't think, all right, this first year we're winning a championship. You say,
no, no.
when
They're
KD
definitely
comes
top
back,
4 in the East,
those
though.
two are running it.
Yeah.
But
He's not in the picture right now.
to call Kyrie early season MVP,
It's a valid statement.
Speaking of the Celtics, the fuck they give Jaylen Brown that much money for?
We can talk about that later. All right, Tyler, MVP.
Giannis.
Giannis going back to back?
But at the end of the season, when it's all said and done, it's gonna be Devin Booker.
You think they're making
I'm
the
calling
playoffs?
it right now.
I get. All right, I have some facts on MVP.
If when Ayton comes back, they're gonna eat.
The last
That is true.
20 or 19, I should say, winners. All of them were in top 10 of Vegas's projection to win MVP, like the top 10%, right? So like this year, it's Giannis, Harden, LeBron, Davis, Jokic, and there's a 5 other players. Obviously, I don't know off the top of my head. Devin Booker's not even close. So it is a far reach. You would make a lot of money if you bet on Devin Booker before the season started to win MVP.
And I would.
But I do agree, he is carrying a Suns team without DeAndre Ayton, which I don't know how far his appeal is going to get.
I hope that comes up, man. That team needs something. You can't really blame a young kid, especially if his story holds up that he didn't know what was going on. And it was one of those things where he masked what could have been. Nobody knows if he actually was on the performance-enhancing drugs before he had ingested whatever it was that would have masked the detection of it. But you hate to see that happen to a young star who's never really been in the negative spotlight like that.
I think a double-double last year.
Yeah, but
it's just he's on a Suns team that no one watches, so no one really noticed.
I mean, still,
I think Devin Booker's been one of the most underrated players the past 4 years.
Well, yeah, because when you I'm just saying this because we're on the East Coast.
Bucket.
We don't stay up and watch the Suns game. We stay up to watch a Laker game, a Clipper game, a Warriors game, especially in
those guys with the big name All Stars, not that one player that's going to carry.
Devin Booker hasn't been
bums.
an All Star yet because the Suns have been bottom 14, 15 in the West, which isn't his fault, of course. That organization is a huge mess. I say they get up and leave to Seattle. Different discussion.
Dude's a walking bucket. I think
he really is. He's one of those
season.
guys.
He's gonna prove he's gonna stand out as a top player in the league this year.
Oh, without a doubt. I think this is going to be he's like an all-star campaign.
He has such a chip on his shoulder now.
All right, go ahead, Nick. MVP.
He already said his Trae Young.
Oh,
but my early season MVP, I'm going to get some hate, but I think Anthony Davis could come up and really show that
if he's healthy,
him getting through a full season healthy, hopefully, and playing the way he knows he can in the way that he has in the past. He could either be in high running for Defensive Player of the Year or just straight up MVP. The numbers that he's been putting up are good Davis numbers, but you're only going to see that incline with the incline of LeBron James. LeBron James has not been playing well these past few games. And being a Lakers fan, I'm not afraid to say that. We haven't really seen any true point guard. We've seen LeBron playing point. But if we can get a good rotation and get our coaching straightened up and figure out everything that we're going to do with the steps to take to better the team, Anthony Davis is going to thrive because LeBron already wants that to be the primary option. So Anthony Davis, by the end of the year, I think will be in a good position with the Lakers and able to declare himself that MVP, hopefully.
Can we just talk about real quick Jimmy Butler's first quarter? 12 points, 1 assist, 4-4 from the field, 1 from the 3, and 3 for 3 from the free throw. Just want to add that in real quick. They are playing.
Isn't it the Heat?
They are the Heat.
They are playing themselves. Pretty sure they're playing Atlanta.
Is it
Trae Young. All right, so my early MVP player would be Giannis. I'm kind of, you could say it's biased a little bit because I've watched all 3 of their games, and he's done nothing but dominate, really. And when he's off the floor, the team, I think, runs a little bit better through the playbook, but when he's on the court, they just get so much spacing. Of course, Chris Middleton, signs an extension, shoots 32% from the field. So guys like Wesley Matthews is coming out of nowhere. Eric Bledsoe's doing all right. George Hill's playing good. But when Giannis is on the court, those guys, Giannis could average 15 to 17 assists.
He's just a walking cheat code.
Like he was that demigod build back in 2K16, 2K17 type thing. He's that get to the bucket, break you off, fucking dish it.
And he's shooting shots and he's shooting some threes this year.
Airballing some, but we're not gonna talk
all
about
of
that.
that's short, but yeah, he is missing free throws. But Giannis is my pick. All right, next award, Rookie of the Year. We'll go Carlos first. No Ben Simmons jokes. That is over. He's an all-star.
What do you think, Carlos?
I was going to say Zion, but I don't see him coming back after that. So I really don't have anybody.
Okay. And you?
So, in a rookie class, it was extremely top-heavy. We see guys, top-heavy during the draft. We see guys
top 3 were at least
just coming out of nowhere. Dunn on the Bulls,
Nope.
Kobe White.
Kobe
Kobe
White
White
on the Bulls.
Heat. Done on the Heat. Like, we see people that are just going absolutely insane, like, just proving their worth. Everybody really other than Cam Reddish has been just pretty good rookies. Taco Fall could be something insane.
If he is a two-way player, so he is going to get more reps in, of course, and that's the type of player you need to. But don't forget, Michael Porter Jr. is in this rookie class.
I feel like he's not gonna.
He's not. I don't know if he's playing or not. I don't think he's played yet.
I could hear about that, but mine is still going to be Ja Morant.
All right.
With a team that struggles, he's just going to bring that team up and he's going to elevate and truly show that his rookie impact is better than anybody else's.
Here, go ahead.
Same thing.
Ja Morant.
Yep.
Ja Morant for
Zach?
rookie.
I was gonna pick Zion, but he's out. So
Yeah.
I'll take
Go
Zion.
ahead, Zach.
Predicted Zion, but obviously not unless he makes an outrageous comeback. But I'll just go with the same with the last two people.
3 Ja Morant.
I was saying it off rip. Kobe White.
Being a Bulls fan.
And I mean, even waiting
He did kind
during
of
the
destroy
draft,
Ja
I said this
Morant.
man is going to be a problem, and he's been proving it so far.
He
I
is
think-
quick too.
didn't he score
he's one of those
25 on Ja?
explosive players.
Yeah,
Yeah, he kind of cooked Ja a little bit.
I think if he holds this up, he's going to be top 3. And if
Oh,
not, John Morant.
Definitely all rookie first team. His problem though, all rookie first team, is that Ja's definitely gonna get that point guard spot. So now you're fighting
With
RJ Barrett. Hunter, Hero, Dunn for that next guard spot. All rookie first team. I'm just saying though,
Yeah,
like it's
Kobe
a
White
lot
keeps
harder
his
for
style
him
of play, yeah.
because they're gonna give it to Ja.
Right now, he's
'Cause his
putting
team is a
some
lot
passion
worse.
in his Bulls team right now.
Oh yeah, that Bulls
I
team
mean,
because-
this
is
Bulls team is
rejuvenated.
fighting.
Well, because Kobe White, he's got Zach LaVine, Lauri Markkanen, who are borderline all stars,
But can I just
young
say?
players
and then Ja Morant's got.
bums.
But can I just say
Ooh, Jerry
we've had these stars.
Yeah, Jaren Jackson.
They're-
I know, but I'm just saying though.
Right now they're just
And
playing like a whole
They're looking
different
better
team.
because of him. Yeah, he's had a great impact.
Does he even
yes.
start? Like I don't know. I haven't watched the
Yes,
Bulls
I'm
team.
75%.
I don't think
sure
he'd start against the Hornets.
They've been swapping him and Dunn out.
Yeah, Chris Dunn. I remember that guy. All right, I'm gonna go. Well, originally I said Ja Morant. I thought he was a better player than Zion, and I thought he was a better playmaker than RJ. But this might be biased here because I'm a Knicks fan. RJ Barrett's averaging 20 points, and when he drops 26 to 28 points every time the Knicks win, it's like, oh, okay, he's the reason why they're winning. He might get some votes, and of course, being in New York, he gets a lot more exposure. Of course, it is the first week of the season. I'm still sticking with Ja Morant, though, because he's elevating that Grizzlies team to a whole nother level that Jaren Jackson Jr. didn't last year. So I'm sticking with Ja Morant. All
All
right.
right, what's next?
Defensive Player of the Year. Actually, we'll go inward to out. Nick, you go first, then Zach, you're next.
I don't really know.
What do you think? That Clippers team is deep on defense. You always got to think about Rudy Gobert, even though he hasn't been looking that great. Kawhi. Always on
I
that
mean,
conversation.
Kawhi is almost assured to be up there in it.
If Taco Fall gets some
defensive team.
minutes, he could average some big blocks and some stuff like that. but-
36
I
minutes.
think just me knowing more about Kawhi's defense and like seeing him play a little bit more of like, what he's done with his defense, I'm just gonna go with that. I'm just gonna go with him off the bat.
Zach?
Bias, I would love to see Taco Fall get more minutes. Therefore,
He will.
yeah, but I don't see it happening until like later in the season when we start actually thinking about longevity, playoffs, where he's actually going to shine.
I don't think he's playing in the playoffs.
No,
Well, I mean, he
like
could.
on
near
the
the
road
playoffs.
to, like on our way to the
All
playoffs.
around March.
As it getting
When you start kind
closer.
of rotating more
March.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, think about it now. I know I looked at rotations and all that, and when we look at the Clippers and Lakers rotation the other day when we were having our conversation, a lot of teams are just playing 8 guys,
Mm.
and it could be because their last 3 or 4 roster spots are either two-way players, which is like Taco, and they only play them in blowout games, like against the Knicks, for example,
Yep.
like Taco played, and so they're already kind of getting their playoff rotation started. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you know that's how Kemba Walker, Jason Tatum, or one of them are at least on the court the whole time. And that's kind of,
Even
Brad
though Jason
Stevens
Tatum
saying
shot like 4 for 14 against the Knicks, but
It's
besides
gonna
the point,
happen.
Jason Tatum.
that
He's
how
garbage.
at least one of them is going to be on the team on the court.
No,
because
yeah,
that's
I
what's
know
gonna
where
happen
you're
during the playoffs.
So where's the defensive player of the year come out of? What do you think?
I mean, it's probably going to go to Anthony Davis, in my opinion. I feel like he's big body. He's definitely down there most of the time. He's going to be.
He's in the discussion every year, but he hasn't played above 60 games.
Yeah, if he can stay healthy, if he can play all season long, I feel like he's going to be up there in the ranks.
Well, I think it's going to come down between Anthony Davis, Kawhi Leonard, and possibly Paul George.
So that's your all defensive first team right there.
But I'm leaning more towards Anthony Davis winning it.
Yeah.
Because he's out.
I feel like Anthony Davis has something to prove too now.
Yeah.
Well, he is on a contract year now, so he could be playing a little bit harder. But of course, whatever LA gives him, we're assuming he's gonna take it. We don't know.
Yeah, reports were that was the only team we would sign with. But guys play a little bit harder. They get some better offers. Somebody else offers them a better contract.
I don't know who's got the cap space for Davis.
Clippers.
I don't know, but Carlos, who's your defensive player of the year?
Biased. Giannis.
Okay.
If not Giannis, I'm either gonna go with Paul George or AD.
Who?
Paul
AD.
George or AD.
Oh, I thought you said Iggy. I was like, he hasn't played.
Fuck no.
Go ahead, Drew.
I'm not the best basketball guy going into the history, but has anybody ever won MVP and Defensive Player of the Year in the same year?
Yes, Hakeem Olajuwon and Michael Jordan.
I think that we might see a repeat of that this year if Anthony Davis could continue what I think that he could bring a great legacy into the purple and gold. Be one of those guys that goes down as like that legacy guy, similar to Magic, a Kobe. And instead of it being LeBron that carries that legacy going through 2020 and on, it could be Anthony Davis because that is a young player to build around. And if he proves himself this year to get that big contract that he wants next year, he could be MVP and Defensive Player of the Year and be one of those guys that's mentioned in that elite conversation.
I'm going to piggyback on what Andrew said, except switch Anthony Davis with Giannis. Because he nearly won it last year, but Gobert obviously put up more blocks and rebounds. Actually, scratch that. I'm just going to say Andre Drummond. Because...
Oh, God.
Deep boy.
UConn, man! When you average 20 rebounds...
Scratch that. What I'm about to say is stupid.
I think he has a good chance. He averages the rebounds, too. Draymond Green averaged, 10, 12 rebounds when he got it? Andre Drummond could average 18 this year. He's averaged 15 last year. If he gets the blocks up and he continues to dominate in the paint, I see... And if they make the playoffs, I see why not. All right. Anyone want to comment on that before we go to the next trophy?
I really don't.
It's understandable, but it's a reach, I think.
Oh, God, dark horse. But, it's all for fun. That's what hot takes are about.
That was definitely cold, but...
All right. What's moving on next?
All right. Sixth man of the year. I already have mine picked.
Who will?
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
it's pretty obvious. This dude's dropping buckets already.
I think that somebody is going to pick up Melo. Melo is going to learn his role off the bench and win Sixth Man of the Year.
Yes!
I will hold this up, and if it turns to cap, whatever. But
Ridicule me, I don't care.
Melo gets signed to a team, comes off the bench, gives them a solid 15 to 18 points, does good, and then wins Sixth Man of the Year. That's my dream for the season. Melo gets a chance.
LaMelo Ball?
No, Carmelo Anthony.
Oh, God, that's even
Hand
worse.
that back to him.
Carlos, who do you think? Oh, he hides behind it. Carlos, who do you think Sixth Man of the Year?
I'll take.
Are you going to piggyback on everyone saying Lou Will? Come on, knock it off the deal discussions.
Yeah, I'm just going to piggyback off of them.
I'm going with the Clipper. Comes off the bench, obviously.
Oh, I know where this is going.
Montrezl Harrell!
Yeah, that was the low-key thing you were going to say that.
It's going to be like another Rockets thing. Lou Will and Eric Gordon were both Sixth Man of the Year candidates on the same team. I think him and Montrezl Harrell will both be a candidate for Sixth Man of the Year. My reasoning is
He's
that
gonna be some good
Paul
fantasy
George
points.
is hurt, right? And if they want to do small ball, Lou Will can start. They don't want to start Montrezl Harrell. Do you not like the pick, Montrezl Harrell?
No, I just know Lou Will's going to win it.
Oh, of course he's going to win it, but I think Montrezl Harrell is the way he plays, and he can get a bucket in the paint no matter what.
He's a freak.
He is a freak, and Lou Will and him complement each other, so it could be either or. I'm happy with Lou Will.
Can I
think
just
it's
say one
Montrezl
thing?
Harrell. Go ahead.
Lou can get a bucket anywhere on the court.
I know.
Montrezl
He
Harrell's a
also
big guy.
can't stop anyone from scoring. Montrezl Harrell can stop people from scoring.
Ooh, that is a good
I
two-way
mean, you can
scorer.
shove someone to the ground.
Lou Will's not going to do that. He's smarter than Montrezl Harrell, man. I don't know.
All right, so what's next for Sixth Man of the Year?
Coach of the Year? Anyone know?
It might be Brad Stevens.
Brad Stevens.
If he can be better than the Nets this year, why not?
I think
I mean,
Brown.
that's not really saying
He's going to
much.
get fired anyways.
Yeah, Brett Brown is out of there. He's not even Coach of the Year close. I think Doc Rivers is getting it.
Didn't Brad Stevens not even get any votes last year?
When Dwayne Casey won, he came in third. and Dwayne Casey got fired.
Yeah, tough. When he
Wow.
coached, they were still getting fired.
Wow.
He got fired?
Yeah.
Because it was Dwayne Casey, Quinn Snyder. Yeah, because when the Raptors got swept by LeBron again, they were like, okay, you're fired. The Pistons picked him up, and he got the coach of the year 2 weeks after.
But nah, Doc Rivers, he's got a team with a lot of potential, and to be able to do something with that.
The Raptors fired their coach of the year.
So
The
Dwayne
coach of the year got
Casey,
announced after.
Yeah.
But yeah.
so he got fired like a week after the season, a week after they got swept, right? And then you know how the award shows
Yeah,
up.
I already
Yeah.
can continue now. I was just saying the Raptors are retarded.
Good team, a lot of potential. You really see where that coaching comes out.
Oh, none of them are champions.
That's what got him a championship.
Anyway,
Oh, I thought you were piggybacking on me. But a guy who's done it before and he could do it again, and if he proves that he could do it again, showing that he's in that elite class of coaches that have won rings and could repeat that on a different team with a whole different roster, not like a back-to-back situation, but a whole new roster, a whole different play style from what he was used to the last time he won a championship. But he could be one of those coaches that's definitely up there in coach of the year conversation.
Carlos, got anyone?
Jason Kidd or Popovich?
Jason Kidd's not a head coach. That
Popovich. So Carlos says Popovich for coach. of the
Wait.
year.
Who Jason
Greg
Kidd,
Popovich,
Who did
period.
Jason Kidd coach?
he's a
He was.
he was a
he
Bucks
was
head
that
coach,
drunk
the
Milwaukee
Nets head
guy.
coach, and then
Wasn't he?
he's
Last
an
Celtics
assistant. He's an assistant head coach for the Lakers right now.
Yes,
He never
sir.
coached the Celtics.
Guys,
pick-
make sure you dump that cup on the floor, bad boy.
Yeah.
My pick is Alvin Gentry, Pelicans head coach.
Oh God.
Oh,
He's making what he...
especially if they make the playoffs. I don't think they're gonna make the playoffs. Well, I mean,
Could you just hand him the board?
they're 8. I think if they make the playoffs, he's a coach.
He
of
said,
the
I
year.
think if they make the playoffs, I don't think they're going to make the playoffs.
If they do,
Dude,
he's
which
gonna
one are you
win
leaning
it.
towards, buddy?
If they do, he's gonna get it. If not, then he's not even gonna be close.
So if they
to
don't,
getting
then
it.
who's your other choice?
All right. Well, it would be Doc Rivers because the adversity he went through, and he even made the playoffs last year without a big superstar, and he traded away everyone.
But this is this year.
and then
Coach of the year
I'm
matters
saying-
for this year.
And on that note,
And on that note, what's the next topic?
Is that it for awards? Anyone
I
got?
think that's it for everything.
No.
See you next week.
So
Who do we think our most improved player is going to be then?
there you go. Oh,
Lonzo.
that's a good one.
That's actually a pretty
There's
good
two
take.
people on that team that could be Lonzo or
Brandon.
Brandon Ingram. Brandon
He
Ingram
scored
is
36
Brandon
the other
Ingram has
game
been-
against the Rockets.
Slender.
Yeah, he did good against the
he's
Rockets.
getting his buckets his way too. It's not like he's trying to do that stupid shit he was in LA. He's getting to his spots and he's making his shots and he's been working hard the offseason. Carlos is a smart man.
I
How do you feel about Kuz?
Kyle Kuzma, he's been hurt. We haven't really seen it.
No, I'm saying like off injury, you think he could keep up to what he has been?
It wasn't really a major injury to the point where
He's just resting and trying to
Think
make
it's
sure
gonna
he's
be LeBron?
100%.
I think LeBron might win most improved.
Gordon Hayward.
I think LeBron might win Most Improved MVP and
Gordon-
Defensive Player of the Year.
Not had AD,
yeah.
might have the other two.
And Rookie of the Year.
AD might have Rookie of the Year too. I mean, if he shaves that unibrow, he's a whole new dude. So
I'm giving it to Gordon Hayward's my favorite.
Yeah, I kind of like
Because
that.
you can go from a lot from nothing. Not to take shots at anyone, but
Taking
Yeah.
shots
and you
right now.
average little as 10 points with a $100 million contract.
More points than you scored.
The only thing to go up is there. Like only way to go is up.
I mean, you
Or
should
you
have
could
just drop
said
down to 9
that.
points,
You should have
but-
said that to Brad Stevens before they came to an agreement to sign Jaylen Brown for $150 million. But
anyway,
that's besides the point.
Celtics anymore?
Yes.
Yeah, he is.
He starts.
I mean, he's actually not afraid to get into the paint now.
Well, yeah.
he's been
gets
going
over
in
it.
there. I mean,
Ever since he
I-
saved that fucking head.
Or maybe ever since
or maybe
snapped
before it
his
was-
fucking
Yeah,
leg.
he
yeah,
snapped his fucking leg in
LeBron
half.
broke his leg.
I just said that.
everybody.
All right.
said it.
What's your guys'
Yeah,
picks
he
down
stole
this
what I
row?
said.
My most
He snapped
improved
his
is
leg.
probably going to be Brandon Ingram, like I already said when Carlos.
Well, I agree with you.
He's turned into a freak. He's like that Kevin Durant type of scorer.
He's
Not
turning into
as
Slender
elite,
Man.
not as elite as Kevin Durant. Not going that far, but he's that Kevin Durant type of scorer where he's going to get to a spot and then shoot over the top of you, or bring the ball past you and finish at the rim. If he gets a little bit more to him, and gets that contact at the rim that he can get, the 3-point shot and the mid range is all there. He's not the best playmaker, but he is a forward. So most improved player is looking like it could be one of those young guys that's coming out of that Pelicans organization.
Who's your pick?
I mean, I don't know. I'll go with like what Drew said, Brandon Ingram. I'd like to see Gordon Hayward just go on a little bit stronger. If he could
Show his
start,
value in his
yeah, if
contract.
he could actually start showing what he's worth, then I would love to see Gordon Hayward do what he could do.
Of course, getting hurt isn't a player's fault.
Big news. Trae Young just got helped off the court with an apparent ankle injury.
There's your MVP, buddy.
I mean, he was shooting 2 for like.
He
7.
was prepared.
All right, who's your most improved?
Yikes.
I'll go Brandon Ingram too.
Prayers up to that man though. Should have won.
Can we talk about the World Series real quick? It's tied 1-1. Bottom of the second.
Thank you.
Sorry, news
Bottom of the
update.
first. I mean,
All right.
So
So now this is our
Wait,
playoff
who's winning? It's
predictions.
1-1.
All right.
it's 1-1.
So this is gonna be our playoff predictions for the NBA. Which one do you guys want to go first? Eastern Conference or Western Conference?
let's go Western Conference. Let's make it fun.
All right. So the goal is to make everyone agree on it. Of course, we can have like the 7th or the 6th through 8th seed be
Jeez,
different.
John Collins is having himself a game right now.
So yeah, make sure you erase that and write some stuff
This
down.
is no longer the cap board. It is the playoff picture board.
Just saying before we do this, me, Drew, and Elliot did say that the Warriors were going to be 5th or 6th.
Yep.
Would we still like to stick to that?
I am not sticking with that.
All right. So we're all gonna go in order from 1 to 8. Okay.
I don't know.
So we're all gonna wait till we agree on a team, and you can use your phone to see where the standings are now and stuff. So who's our first seed in the West? I say Clippers. Everyone agree?
I agree.
I agree.
Tyler. Okay. Yep. Second,
Bucks.
Western Conference.
Western
Okay.
Conference. Though.
Holy shit.
That's okay though. He's our football guy.
Huh?
Western Conference. Bucks play in Milwaukee. They're in the East. Yeah, that's his East, buddy.
Eastern Conference.
You gotta tap
We're
the
talking.
other side.
He said we.
Come on! All right.
This guy.
News
Yeah,
update,
yeah.
Carlos has left the building. We took his
So-
ID so he can't scan into the building no more. Safety
Number,
precautions.
number 2, I think
No.
this is kind of bold. I'm going Jazz.
I think they're a second half
Can you
team this
rewrite cap
season.
on that board?
Playoff picture.
But I think the Lakers are better than the Jazz.
I just think that the Lakers are one of those teams and the organizations where LeBron's going to have his off days. To the point, not even off days on the court, but off days where he's sitting on the sideline in a suit because of rest. And Davis might as well, depending on his mentality. But LeBron is definitely going to have those days, being older, being a high-value player, especially coming around playoffs, that they might be comfortable coming at a 3 through 5 seed instead of making that push at the end of the year for that 1-2 seed. Because in the West, it's all going to be competitive. Personally,
Oh, yeah.
I think it's going to be a 5-game spread between 1 and 6. Like, there's not going to be that many games off from
I
who's
mean,
in first and who's in
the
sixth.
Jazz are a second half team.
They made the playoffs last year.
Made the playoffs last year.
What were the Nuggets last year?
They were 2.
Nuggets were
They were
2.
2?
They didn't get better though.
It was interchangeable
Yes.
for me going Nuggets 1 or 2, but the Nuggets didn't get better in a Western Conference that kind of got better. Warriors got weaker, Lakers got better, Clippers got better, and I mean, I don't think that it just depends on how the season plays out.
I'm
But
gonna go
early
with
predictions-
Trailblazers as 2
For 2?
because they're a very streaky team, especially if they get streaky at the end of the
Like,
season,
start
like
getting
you
hot?
said. Yeah,
I think I'd be comfortable with putting them as a potential number 2 seed. Tyler, what do you think?
Who?
Trailblazers
at
2
number
in the
2
West.
potential?
But only if Loaded keeps balling out.
Well, I'm saying they're a very streaky team.
What about
Like,
you?
Like, as long as they
Do you
stay
think that's
hot.
potential too?
I feel like they're gonna start off hot, die out, and then pick up again.
Yeah, kind of like
And
last
I
year.
think
like
that's
we
gonna
did.
push
Yeah,
them to the
absolutely.
2 seed.
we're agreeing with 2. Trailblazers. 3. I'm gonna say the Nuggets because again they didn't get that much better, but they do have
Pulled up the teams in the Western Conference.
Yeah.
Nuggets. I'm
I
going
don't
with
want to
Nuggets.
fuck up.
I
Be
agree.
Like that.
I,
want to be opposed.
I know I put Jazz at 2, but I don't think we're gonna. I don't.
This
I
is
don't know how
definitely
you
going to
could-
change.
I don't know. I don't know how you could jump on that hype about them being a 3rd seed when they were a 2 seed last year. Again in the Western Conference that got a lot better. All you really take out of that scene is the Warriors. Rockets got better. Lakers got better. Clippers got better. I think we're discrediting the Rockets, even though James Harden hasn't been performing that well.
I think in my normal prediction, I got the Nuggets 3, Jazz 4, Lakers 5, Rockets 6. And right now, I think
Mavs
the
are
Nuggets.
7 or 8.
Yeah, well,
I don't
yeah,
even
the way
think the
they're
Mavs
playing.
make.
And
What about the Suns?
I
No.
don't think they're gonna.
No.
I think the
If
Timberwolves
Suns-
are better than them.
If
And I think the
Suns make
Timberwolves.
it, they're the bottom seeds. I mean,
I think the Timberwolves and Mavs are your 7 and 8th, whichever way you want to change it.
the Suns need to make playoffs for D-Book
So
to
who-
be MVP. So
Who are you really putting at the 3 spot here?
I say Nuggets.
I agree with Nuggets.
Yeah, I like Nuggets.
I'll
That's
fold-
why
I'll fold it.
I said
Wait,
they're
who
either
did you
second
say?
or third.
Jazz. He doesn't want to drop the Jazz to 4th because he has the Lakers 4th and he has the Nuggets 5th.
I don't even.
Yep.
I don't even think the Jazz are top 16.
No, I do think they're good, and I think that
I think
Quinn
they're
Snyder
bottom
knows how to run
No,
an
he don't.
offense and
No, he don't.
defense.
I don't
And
know.
but I'm gonna put the Lakers fourth because I do think that when Kuz comes back, they're gonna be that much better.
They
No,
have
I
one
think the
extra
Jazz
piece.
can be higher than that.
You think Jazz are fourth? Whoever is fourth, if the Jazz are fourth, Lakers are if the Lakers are fourth. Jazz
I think
are
that's
fourth.
an interchangeable spot where we could agree.
And
that
they're
the
playing
Lakers
each
and
other in the
Jazz
first
might
round,
be-
regardless of what we're saying. So raise your hand if you want Jazz in the fourth. Lakers fourth. Zach, you.
It
the
doesn't
Lakers.
matter.
And then Jazz.
It's unanimous.
And then I see the Jazz winning in the
It
first
would have
round.
been 3-2 anyways.
Oh, no, I'm kidding. We'll talk about that later. Jazz. Put Jazz fifth. And then, all right.
If Carlos was here, it would have been tied.
That means Rockets 6. Correct?
Mm.
I'm dropping them to 7.
I put them either 7 or 8.
So then who we put above them?
Either.
It's Phoenix.
So hold on, who do we have right now?
So we have the Clippers,
Yep.
Trailblazers, Nuggets, Lakers, Jazz.
Okay.
Now,
You
as
guys
of
don't
right
think
now,
Mavs are gonna?
Okay.
Jazz. And then we have the Timberwolves. I think the Timberwolves, Mavs, potentially Suns.
I think you got a phone call. So.
So we got the Suns,
Yep.
Mavericks.
Yep.
Spurs are always in there because Greg Pop is their coach. The Rockets are still left. And then I think that's
You would
pretty
think
much it for
Golden
this.
State is gonna make it at all.
The way they're playing. And
Like,
they-
this is
all right,
just
we'll
right
just
now.
say them for. So we got 5 teams left in 3 spots: Rockets, Warriors, Rockets, Warriors, Timberwolves, Spurs, and
If we're
Mavs. There.
All right. So what I would do 6.
I would definitely have Houston in there.
I put.
Here's the thing, though. They don't have.
I'd put the Rockets at 6.
I think we do put the Rockets at 6th, just because James Harden and Russell Westbrook can build that chemistry around other players that are great role players.
Russ is brand new to that whole entire system.
Yeah, but it doesn't
I mean,
take long to get him used to Mike D'Antoni's system.
Yeah,
It's not complicated.
You
It's
gotta
the
give him
national
at least a
champions,
couple of
right?
weeks. And
Not
we're just
discrediting
going off
Steve
from right now.
Discredit Steve Nash. Kobe should have won one of those.
Nash.
And then I think
Yep.
7 should be Timberwolves.
And 8 Mavs.
8 Mavs.
I think the Mavs are going to be better than the Timberwolves, though. The Timberwolves are running on the back of one man.
Andrew Wiggins has been averaging 20.
But how often does Andrew
Yeah, but
Wiggins
how-
consistently put up
Yeah.
that many points? He's a streaky player. Like we talked about the Trailblazers being a streaky team. Andrew Wiggins is a streaky player. Yeah, he puts up points, but it's
I
not.
do see your point, but I think the Warriors, if you're gonna talk about that versus the Mavs, how they have one guy, the Warriors, despite their roster changes and how poorly they've been playing, they know what it's like to grind to make the playoffs. The Timberwolves went from a 3rd seed with Jimmy Butler down to an 8th seed without him.
Yeah, but there's a difference though with the Warriors. The Warriors had 2 scoring options and then a premier defender going in before KD.
And
then
I
you have
guess Clay's
KD
not
for
leaving.
then you have KD for 2 years. So he's your number 1.
Yeah.
Curry's your number 2. Clay's your number 3. Those guys are all number 1s on any other team that they go to. No discredit to the Warriors, nothing like that, because that team was stacked.
No discredit to the damn Warriors. They
But-
suck.
When you lose 2 of your other options, your 1 and your 3, that role for Steph Curry gets increased so much, especially with D'Lo being the way he's been.
So we're trying to figure out. So we got the Rockets at 6. Now we're trying to figure out 7 and 8. Oh,
So I think our 7th team is a toss-up between 7th and 8th. You can really
I think we
interchange.
could just agree with the Mavs, correct?
You can either interchange the Mavs or the Timberwolves. Do we agree that both of those
Yeah,
teams make the
they'll-
playoffs?
yeah.
Mavs and Timberwolves. I know
would
you
you
want
do?
the Suns to be
Suns
in
will
it,
be in each
but
seed.
without DeAndre Ayton, they don't have a big man presence for 25 games, and that's a quarter of the season.
He will be back before then.
No, a little bit more than a quarter, but I'm
He
just.
will be back before then.
It's like 3/5. It's a third.
I say T-Wolves and the Mavs, whatever, and then
Then we got
The
a
Suns-
flex spot here that is like a team that could potentially make a playoff push, but it's not
Just put the
necessarily our
Warriors and
lock.
Suns.
Warriors.
Warriors and Suns.
We're
Right?
thinking Warriors and Suns. They're really only the teams that we're leaving out then that are potential
Spurs.
Spurs,
And that's it.
Pelicans,
Yeah.
Thunder.
and a Thunder team that's completely re-fucking building.
Yeah.
And they can't trade Chris Paul till December 25th or December 15th, anyways. So
So they gotta wait most of the season, man.
unless they buy him out. All right. So our East.
I
This
we
one's
just
gonna be a
lock
little-
the Bucks into number 1.
I agree. And I think the Sixers are too. I wanna hear this.
Let me see. Giannis is not playing good.
Giannis is playing like a freak. He's just had in foul trouble, which will go away.
Yeah, but Embiid,
Last night he scored.
he's already had an injury.
Okay.
Giannis hasn't been hurt.
Embiid is one of the most historically
I'll go with you because I
Yeah.
like watching them.
unplayable. Like
Alright,
he's just
so
not dependent. Like
Okay.
dependable.
But listen now.
I'm in the king chair now.
Fat boy.
Fat boy.
You seen what Giannis did last year?
Correct. And they were the 1 seed.
Okay.
He carried that
60 games.
pretty much that
Okay.
same team to a 1 seed.
So watch this. He did what? He went to the World Cup
Correct.
in preseason.
You're using my argument against me.
I am. And he's tired.
You're gonna. He is getting overtired.
He's
He's
going to get
overplaying. I
tired.
understand that, but Giannis is the type of dude. His rookie year, right? He grabbed his game check, sent him to his family in Greece. He didn't have a house. He walked to games.
What does that have to do with anything?
No, just
His
listen.
drive,
Just listen.
his motivation.
His rookie year, they had to kick him out of the gym. Like they told him he couldn't sleep in the gym anymore. Like he had to get a house or an apartment. Because that's how driven he is to win games. He used to go after losses or even wins, go back in the gym and recreate plays that he messed up.
Mamba mentality.
Exactly. And he's worked out with Giannis. He's already won an MVP. His next on the agenda is the NBA Finals. Not just appearance, a win. And that takes control in the East.
I'm
His
just
home
saying.
court advantage is big in basketball, especially in the conference finals.
Giannis is gonna win MVP probably, and then he's gonna win Finals MVP.
If they make it, and
If they
win,
can make
yes.
it.
If they can make it to the finals, this is a bold prediction. If they make it to the finals, I don't care who comes out of that West, they are going to win. A determined, near 7-footer with the wingspan, the speed, the agility of Giannis.
And another thing, last year they made the Eastern Conference Finals, so they know how hard is it to make it to the finals. The Sixers have fallen short every single year they've had this quarter.
So I'm just saying, top 4. Can we pin down Sixers, Raptors, Bucks, and Celtics?
I don't think the
Where are
Raptors
the
are
Nets in that picture?
I don't think the Raptors
That's
are that
four.
I
good.
don't think the
That's-
Celtics are going to
I'm just saying, like, who can we
Oh, the next 4 then.
choose from?
Oh, the next 4.
Yeah.
I think that's
What's
top
that?
4.
No.
Okay.
You
So,
want to sit in this chair?
Sorry, buddy.
so we have the Bucks at the 1, Sixers at the 2.
I can sit in there.
Then where are we thinking about for the 3? Are we thinking, where are we leaning here?
All right,
So
saying Bucks, Sixers,
Yep.
Nets third because they have depth. They're like
Yeah.
the Clippers,
Yeah.
but
And
a
they're
little
all
cheaper.
they're
They
all
have
young
more
players. They're all like
personnel.
and
driven.
their coach is.
I would
pretty
put Celtics. Like, I'm a Celtics fan, so I'm just
good.
gonna
I think
say
the
this.
Raptors.
I was gonna say
I
probably
don't know.
Celtics like 5 or 6.
The Raptors and Celtics are playing each other in the first round, in my opinion. And then you put the Pacers 6th. And then
What the Hawks?
if Trey, well, we just found out Trey Young got an ankle injury.
Did he have an ankle injury last year too? Or no?
Yeah.
He's pretty much like almost Curry. Ankle injuries most of his career. Good shooter, good playmaker.
So once he comes back, do you think he's going to hold the spot?
Not as much points as he's been averaging. But
Well,
yeah.
no,
that
I
team
put,
is-
I'm not
I put
saying-
Trey Young finishing with 25 points a game.
I'm not saying him as a whole. I'm saying it as a team because anybody can say that one player can make a whole team better.
Correct. But
LeBron.
Trey Young's too young to do that. Because John Collins, you can argue, is the best player on that team.
Yeah.
Okay,
You
but
can't necessarily lock in a Hawks team where one they've had no playoff experience other than Vince Carter.
And their coaches do. Lord Pierce,
it's
first
a
time
little-
you
coaching.
don't think they're going to make it this year?
Especially not in the top
forward
6.
They're not top 6 in the East, man.
I'm not saying top
So
six.
the
I'm saying, is he
the
in
way
the argument?
so the way to fight this argument we get down to 7-8.
We're just saying. So 4th is the Raptors because they know.
what it's
I
like.
think
They're doing them without Kawhi. They're proving
And
that
they're
they
still
don't
balling
need
out.
Kawhi.
Van
Fred-
Vliet
Van
is
Vliet,
going nuts.
Siakam
Siakam is
100%
proving
worth
that
the
contract.
extension. So put the Raptors 4th. or
Celtics 5.
Celtics 5th. Pacers 6th. Pistons 7th.
Can we pause?
Yes, go ahead. Sorry.
That Pacers team, when they get Oladipo back, that is a
Because
freakishly,
they got
freakishly
Brogdon.
good
They
team.
did lost Bogdanovich.
But
to
when
the
you replace
Jazz.
that with
But Brogdon, if he plays like the way he played last year, this team's good. Miles Turner and Sabonis. Statistically speaking, they do not work well together, but visually, they are great.
a team that showed themselves to play well without their
Nick
premier
McMillan
player,
is a underestimated coach.
he's a great guy. I think he's a very good coach. I wouldn't say great. I stopped
The only
myself.
problem-
Miami? Bro, can
He's got. I mean, Miami's pretty good without Jimmy Butler. You did say that, and Jimmy Butler's back, and he looks like he's just wrecking havoc. But I don't think the rest of the roster is capable of being a 6 seed. I think they're better than the Hawks.
I think that Heat team might slide their way into a 7th, 8th seed because, like I said, in the West, I think 1 through 5 is going to be a 5-game spread, and I think in the East, those top 3 teams are going to be the teams that pull away, maybe 4, and then the rest is going to be a 4 or 5-game spread between
I think-
9th and out, and then going up.
I
There's only
think
going to be
the
like 2 or 3
Pistons-
teams completely out.
The Pistons are too inconsistent, and then when they get Blake Griffin back, Andre Drummond's going to drop numbers a little bit, and that's just the way it is. And I think 6 seeds Pacers, Can we agree?
We agree that Pacers are 6.
I know Tyler's
I mean,
going to
that's
put the
that
Bulls in the
that
next
probably
two
will
spots.
change once he comes
No.
back.
Yeah, especially if Oladipo comes back, they're making the playoffs because Nick McMillan made the playoffs last year, but out in half, like a 3/4 the way of the season. Okay, so we got 7 and 8th. Who we got?
I think we gotta put Heat in one of those spots.
So we got the Heat.
I put Heat at 8th.
Put
Okay.
Heat
We
at
got
8,
the
then who we got above
Hawks.
them?
We got the Pistons left.
Pistons made it last year, didn't
Yep. We got the Magic.
they? Oh, I don't know how we forgot about that Magic. That's the same team.
I know, but I'm just saying we got 4 teams down 2 spots. And we
I,
have 2
I'd
flexes.
I'd go Magic.
I think the Magic and the Heat will make it. That's
Not 2 teams from the same division.
I think
You sure?
Because they run into each other too much.
yeah,
So
but
where one of them is eventually going to drop.
so now, if that's the
I think,
route that we're
I think
going.
it's gonna be Hawks then Heat.
Actually,
Trae Young got hurt. See, if he's out,
We don't know what it is yet though.
assuming it's a
it's a
normal ankle injury,
reoccurring ankle injury.
Yeah.
Mind you.
so that's probably gonna give him 4 weeks.
Do we know what ankle it was?
I'm assuming it's the same one as last year's.
I'm assuming you're wrong.
Okay,
So then
I see your
if
point.
the assumptions
I see
take
his
over,
point.
an ankle injury is gonna be at least 2 weeks because he's a guard. He's explosive. He does run the entirety of the game.
I feel like if he's not serious, they're definitely gonna be.
I do think they're better than the Pistons, but they don't have the experience as the Pistons do.
I don't know if I put the Hawks team in there. I think I put the Pistons and the Heat if we're talking that the Magic are going to meet up with the Heat too much because the Heat are just going to kind of I think they blow
But
over
the
that
Magic are kind of like, I wouldn't say they're like the Timberwolves, but the opposite because they have a bunch of forwards. But they're a very streaky team. Vucevic last year was putting up crazy numbers in the middle of the season that propelled them to the 6th seed, and then of
Yeah,
course
but
they
now
died
we're
down
gonna-
enough.
Now we're going to see teams that know that Vucevic is capable of those games, and when they see him start
Same
to
thing
heat
with
up,
Trae
that's
Young.
when that's why I'm saying that
I think the Heat are making it.
I think the Heat and the Pistons make those final 2 playoff spots, and
Then
then
we'll have-
potentially the Hawks.
So Heat
in that
7th.
flex.
We can agree with Heat 7.
Yes, if the Pistons are gonna go into that spot.
All right, so we got 8.
And then I think we go Pistons, and we put Hawks at the flex. Hawks
Yeah,
and
I was
Magic at
gonna
the
say
flex.
All right, there you go. Pistons as the 8th, and then our 2 flexes are Hawks and Magic, which technically it looked like last year. Like last weekend of the playoffs, it was Heat, Pistons, Hawks, Magic.
So in the West, going top to bottom, we got Clippers at 1, Trailblazers, Nuggets, Jazz, Rockets, Timberwolves, and then 8th seed is the Mavericks, with a possible spurt from the Warriors or the Suns to make that final playoff push. And in the East, we got the Bucks, 76ers, the Nets, the Raptors, Celtics, Heat, Pistons coming in at that last 8 spot. But we think that the Hawks and the Magic are going to fight for those last 2 7-8 spots with the Heat and the Pistons.
Okay, so now we have about 8 minutes left. Who is here? We'll do matchup by matchup. So we'll go West. Clippers, Mavs. Who's winning that? Clippers. Correct.
I think the Clippers, barring injury, I think the Clippers win that.
All right. Timberwolves, T-Wolves.
Timberwolves and T-Wolves?
Timberwolves and T-Wolves. Oh, Trailblazers and T-Wolves. Sorry, my bad.
You said what?
Trailblazers,
and
Timberwolves. I think the Trailblazers do beat that just strictly out of guard play. And then Trailblazers with Hassan now. That's
Nuggets, Rockets.
Rockets.
I think Rockets do. Nah, I think the
I'm like-
Nuggets this year because they're more experienced. But it's going to 7. Going to 7.
I don't know how you could say that. You could say they're more experienced as a team, but individually, probably equivalent to the amount of playoff games that entire team has.
I mean, all I'm gonna say is we're gonna have to wait.
you have
we're
two
gonna have
people.
to wait to like late season to see how.
Well, that's what.
And you
Harden-
can even say that about the next series, Lakers Jazz.
You're telling me in playoff LeBron form
They
that
also
the
said that
Jazz-
last year, and they lost the next 5 games after he said that.
Yes, because did he have an All-Star next to
Did
him?
he mention he's a Lakers fan?
Yes, I did.
I do
Did
think
he
they're
have-
going to win the series. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. They're going to win the series.
Thank
I'm just
you.
busting your chops.
But going back to the Rockets, I don't think you could say that the Rockets are less experienced.
No, I'm saying the Nuggets.
Numerous conference finals,
I'm saying the Nuggets are less
finals
experienced.
appearance. So where are we leaning here between you guys?
I think Nuggets.
Yeah, no,
I think the Rockets. I think the Rockets pull that out.
I mean, again, I'm gonna have to wait and see. Like James
You
Harden's
got to
not
make
doing-
something now.
We gotta make something now.
Nuggets or Rockets? Who do you think? You got
You're not going to hurt my feelings. You're not going to hurt
Clint
his feelings.
Pellet,
No.
Eric Gordon, PJ Tucker,
No, I was probably gonna go
Harden,
Rockets.
All right.
Russ. I don't think that.
It's going to 7 regardless.
Oh yeah, I think there's 2 series that are most
That's gonna
definitely
be a
going
really
to
good series.
All right, Lakers, Clippers, semifinals.
Clippers.
Clippers.
Lakers. You could say I'm biased all you want, But
They will have Paul George at this point of the season. I hope you
if they
realize.
have Paul George at that point of the season, we will have Kuzma, we will have Danny Green, we will have LeBron, and we will
You
have
had Danny
Anthony
Green.
The
Davis.
only
you
person
played
you did not have was Kuzma.
Okay,
And Paul George is better than Kuzma.
that was the first regular season game that LeBron and AD had played
Yes,
together.
but in the games after, you guys had the Hornets compete with you
That was
guys.
the first
We
regular season game.
sped off with that game.
That was the first regular season
We-
game that Kawhi has played with them.
We also do
And
not have
beat
a
you guys.
real starting point guard. LeBron can play point, but he
That's
has not a point
not
guard.
That's not Clippers' fault that they don't have a starting point guard. Because Pat Bev, he isn't.
So,
starting point guard.
so. You're telling me that nobody as a point guard is going to fill in a role in the playoffs?
But LeBron can play point guard.
So. No, I'm saying if we have a point
Well,
guard,
I'm just gonna cut
we
you
are
off now
going
because
to-
you had to make the decision now, right now,
Lakers.
Clippers.
as of right now.
As of right now, Lakers. I will take the Lakers against that
Crazy
Clippers team.
Clippers.
In a 7-game series.
Trailblazers or Rockets? Because LeBron's playing point guard, averaging 8 turnovers.
Blazers.
Alright.
Averaging, you're wrong. Not 8 turnovers.
I think the Trailblazers win.
Trailblazers Rockets?
Yep.
I think
Dame and Russ have.
I think
Dame has proven to. I can.
He get- he get-
he's
he's
gonna
gonna
sun
get-
Russ again.
He's gonna get into his head.
Yeah.
But you never know. Russ has a killer mentality, similar to Giannis, similar to the greats before him, like Kobe. Where
Until he
beat
starts
you
shooting
last
threes
year.
and
Put
missing all
Dame
of them
in the
causes a 2 game.
playoffs is a different human.
I'm just trying to advocate for both teams because they're both very high-powered
Oh,
teams.
of course, but I'm just saying the Trailblazers.
Trailblazers probably win that series. They have
It's going to 7. At guaranteed
6 to
7.
7.
Trailblazers in 6.
All right. Conference finals.
Hang
Clippers.
on, run it back. If that Clippers-Lakers series happens, it's going to 7. I'm not letting it go less than 7.
All right.
I will
do
not
agree with that.
allow them to say anything other than less than 7.
Sweep. All right. Clippers, Trailblazers, conference finals.
Clippers.
I
think that's
It
unanimous.
hurts, but yeah.
You want to see the Trailblazers win because Dame deserves it. All NBA first team multiple times, but the Clippers are just. All right. Clippers are Western champs. All right. Bucks, Pistons.
Bucks.
Bucks.
Last year was a
The Bucks. Unless they're going to have Andre Drummond D'ing him up from
Sixers.
3 to paint.
Sixers, Heat.
Sixers.
I think the 76ers win that series. Jimmy Butler has seen the taste of
Nets,
last year.
Pacers.
I don't know.
I
That
mean,
Pacers team, if they get
we-
Oladipo, that's
no,
a good...
we have to do it now because that's what I was told.
When they get Oladipo.
No, right now.
No, he was telling you
No.
to make a decision now.
No.
Make a
No.
decision now.
Yeah, dummy.
but not about the situation.
Big dummy.
I was literally just saying, well, I have
Big
to
dummy.
wait until the thing, and you're like, oh, no,
you,
right
but
now,
you
right
have
now,
to make
right
a
now.
decision right
Big
now.
Well, I could have explained.
He's in the dummies chair.
It's okay.
Alright, well,
Nets, Pacers. I'm saying
I'm not
Nets.
picking one.
We got 3
I'm being
minutes.
spiteful.
Okay, whatever.
I got
think.
Nets.
What do you
I got
think, Nick?
Nets. I got Nets.
You got Nets? Alright, I'm going to go Pacers since it doesn't matter in the end.
All right. Rap Celtics. I'm going with
Raptors.
Celtics.
I'm going with the Raptors. They have an entirely same playoff team, just minus one player.
I know, but Nick Nurse, technically, they don't know what it's like in the playoffs with a superstar player, and Kyle Lowry isn't the same player.
You
I'm
never
going with
know.
Celtics.
You never know if Siakam comes out like that.
I'm being spiteful.
All right, we're going with Raptors.
At least now we got an odd number, so it's always
All right.
decisive.
Bucks, Raps. I'm going with Bucks.
So you're telling me
You can explain your answer, but I can't. Go on.
Bucks, Raps. I'm going with Bucks.
I just want to point out that we had our top 4 teams coming out of the East. So 1 through 4 all made it out.
And last year was like that.